Yeah, the sculptures always start with the memory of habitat, so the place where I grew up, like back in Poland, like in Krakow, every city has this like a mass housing estate, like a council estate where all the working class family are being put into habitat. And then, I'm interested in this idea of starting a project out of the core. So the core is the place where we grew up, where we really spend most of part of our life. So this place here is, is almost like a kind of a way of putting all my memories and all the moments back then, and try to explain the emotion. So this 3.5 meter space is almost like the memory box that possess all this energy, of my past, And then I started dividing it, into two different spaces. So one space is basically control room, which is like the space of authority controlling the masses, and the other space is like this the zone of chaos, of the spectacle, the place where all could happen, So here is basically like in the first room we have a turnstile, which is like an entry point to the stadion, converted into a sculpture, into statistics of a crowd disaster. And then, we pass through this turnstile, and we encounter objects suspended inside the room. And this is the I was interested to develop sorts of compress architecture of spectacle. So the objects is almost like a evolution of architecture of spectacle, going from the ancient place of religious cult and meeting point, like we sometimes see in the stone rings of Stone Age, then everything is expanded kind of gradually into another layer of evolution, which is associated to Colosseum and ancient arena. And the last layer of the object is basically the place, the stadium where I grew up, where I participated in the events. So it's and inside the arena is I constructed lots of different spectacles happening. So there's lots of small photographs which create a narrative, create a story of a history of spectacle, starting from autobiographical material. So the photographs and police footage, press clips. And I was trying to find my own kind of participation through this medium. So you see in the bottom of the arena is basically the material that is related to my experience, to my memories, and gradually on the higher levels the viewer see the evolution of spectacles. So it becomes more like a kind of expanded into another universal, almost like a spectacle. So evolves politics and sport, some trivialia, some very bizarre moments in the arena. For me, arena is a place where all kind of mix, is a place of all these, elements which kind of create a new meaning, it's a vortex of a different story, different memories, different individual histories, politics, manifestation of power. All these elements kind of, turn. So that's why the object, for me, was important to set this object in motion. So it almost creates kind of, energy, like a place of magnitude. Yeah. So yeah. So then the above the arena, I installed 4 cameras which register all the photographs in the arena, and they create almost 4 different animation films, a glimpse, a short insight into the space. So it's So these 4 cameras almost try to record or try to like sort of build a new moment, you know, for the viewer right now. So the cage actually is constructed from all sorts of different like leftovers. So I was collecting materials like from football stadium fencing to some offcuts from other pieces, from other installation, from other sculpture. So they become like again, you know, like used in this piece. So I don't like to waste material. Everything becomes almost part of my work. Like all the dust, even from cutting metal, is resurfaced in the work. So it's kind of it's almost like trying to evolve all the aspects of my work into the piece. But it's also very, because it's constructed from so many different detail and elements, almost thousands of pieces like being put together, all becomes like very fragile and very tactile and somehow ephemeral, you know. I think for the viewer, I don't know, like it's always hard to, you know, but I think the viewer almost like is confronted with these fragments of sorts of like I don't like complete you know, elements. So I think I like that the viewer comes and takes a little, you know, like a fraction of it and go away and just like continue its own narrative, you know, like it confronts himself with the work. So I think that's why the fragmented character of this work is almost like an invitation for the viewer to write its own story, you know, like and approach from different way, you know, like there's no beginning, there's no end. Everything is turning constantly into this loop of, you know, of events and situations. So I think the work is accessible from all sides, you know, and how it's approached and how it's, you know, like then developed is really up to a viewer, you know, like, yeah.